saying they're close. You know, it's almost like he's playing Chrom. Not quite, though.
No.
A little bit different.
No.
He's more classic, the Marth.
No.
Either way, we're going to get Pyra Mythra versus Marth here. Scrafty and Geemoney kicking off another pool set.
I just noticed that Geemoney sponsor is Jockey Sports.
That's the one.
That's the first time that I saw that on the scoreboard.
It's so funny when you're just kind of vibing last and you see something that tickles your fancy and you just giggle a little bit.
You know me too well.
Even if I'm in the middle of a cast, it was yesterday you started giggling on comms. I'm like, bro, lock in, all right?
I looked at Twitch chat. Twitch chat made me laugh. You guys are funny sometimes.
Twitch chat's funny. Not all the time, but most of the time.
Sometimes. But no funny business going on here between these two. Early lead going Scrafty's way, and a little bit of a mistake from Geemoney. That early up B gets you above the PS2 platform, and that's going to give Mythra ample opportunity to juggle. Sharking now below, but Geemoney's able to get back down in the tipper nair. Puts him in a good position to get this ledge trap, but tries charging the shield breaker and gets caught by the rising hit of up B. I don't know if shield breaker can hit below ledge either if you angle it down.
I think it depends on the character.
Yeah, probably.
And I think Pyra actually has a pretty good ledge hang as well. Speaking of pretty good, that was a pretty good down smash from Scrafty to find the first stock here on a Geemoney and getting more extra credit tacked on in these early percent combos on the Mythra. Definitely going to be sticking to the Mythra, I think, a majority of the time if we are Scrafty, because these the frame data that Mythra possesses, the speed to deal with Marth, is definitely going to be an effective tool here.
Yeah, you also got to think about foresight as well. Pretty strong tool because not a lot of Marth's combos are true. There are a lot of like air dodge call-outs and stuff like that. So as long as Mythra keeps that air dodge in her pocket, doesn't burn it early, should be able to escape from some sticky situations, but no escape from that sticky situation on the sticky platform. Gets caught by the down air, up air, and loses another stock for it. Geemoney not keeping up with the speed that Mythra has on offer. Scrafty piloting her to perfection here.
I'm glad you mentioned those sticky platforms last, because those things have glue on them, as we all know. Hard to get off the platform, and Geemoney struggling with that a little bit and finding themselves in a very difficult spot. Already down to the last stock, and you have a Pyra sharking with that down air and sniping that one out on the right side blast zone. A 3-stock from Scrafty to kick this set off.
I don't even know if that was entirely necessary, Zap. I think Marth might not have grabbed ledge there. It's entirely possible that he would have. He's got some long magnet hands, but
yeah, it's possible.
Just had to make sure.
Possibly could have gotten a little bit of drift into the left, but either way, Scrafty finishes the job. Make sure to leave no strings attached, and that down air is going to dunk you a little bit. We're going to go back to the Marth. Geemoney not swapping to the Chrom like you wished last, unfortunately.
I never get what I want.
I don't think it would pan out that well for Chrom either, though, against Pyra Mythra.
Chrom's broken, man. Come on.
You think so? I don't know. I don't know. In 2025, is he broken? Was there a Chrom resurgence while I was away last?
Yeah. Lavish won 4 majors.
He did? Oh, my God.
Mr. R switched back to Chrom.
Oh, he's off the sheet.
And Rivers came back.
Rivers came back?
Rivers actually did come back.
Really? He's playing the Diddy Kong, though, right?
He's playing both.
Oh, okay.
He did beat DeBuzz with Chrom. Really? That was definitely interesting to see. But
that's pretty raw.
There hasn't been like an actual Chrom resurgence. I will not lie to you.
I do wish. I actually love Chrom. I think he's such a sick character to watch. Nice up B though from Geemoney, doing a little bit better so far in game number 2 on Smashville. Their counter pick, naring back and forth. Both sorties just trying to poke with their toothpicks here, trying to get something. Not much to be had at the moment, just a little bit of back and forth between two sword characters.
Yeah, and given how the first game went, it's going to be all important for Geemoney to be able to take this first stock away. I think this is the first appearance of Pyra. We might have seen her like once during the previous game, but she's
twice.
quickly gone as Geemoney, gets the uppy out of shield as soon as Scrafty gets too close for comfort. Able to pop that, get out, get that stock gone, but might be losing his own here. No, gets back on stage, really good neutral get up shield to just get around the hitboxes being thrown your way, but the hitboxes are too much to handle.
And what a confirm, that confirmed from such a far away place as well. I believe the spaced down air is what connected into that up smash after the fact. And Geemoney with a double up B, mashing a little bit.
Instantaneous double up B too. That was he was pushing that button once a second.
Yeah. Mashing a little bit, and it's working a lot. I think Geemoney has hit 4 or 5 of those up Bs and Scrafty, unfortunately, is not going to have the recovery to make it back, and Geemoney doing a lot better in game number 2. There is some adaptation here in edge guarding as well. Gets the tipper up air twice in a row, and the weak hit up air into the tipper back air. 2 for 2 now, 73%.
Oh.
No neutral B to be had on the ledge, though.
The big difference between this game and the last, of course, is the venue. We're on Smashville here, and Geemoney's been doing such a good job of using the closer quarters, the smaller confines of this stage to just rush down even the speedy Mythra, not giving Scrafty any opportunity to reset, go back to neutral. Pyra comes out for the blazing end low, and the Prominence Revolt from underneath stage is almost enough for the stock. Geemoney holds on thanks to some good DI, and weak hit of the down smash means still holding on to the stock.
Honestly, I feel like we're seeing a different Geemoney. The tippers are hitting, the connections are there, the edge guarding is there, the grab game is developed. I feel like Geemoney is playing a lot more effectively here on their counter pick in that Smashville. There's the Prominence Revolt, but we're out. Back throw from Geemoney, looking for an edge guard and does catch the jump. Geemoney with a 2-stock in game number 2. That's not what I was expecting to see.
Especially after a 3-stock in game number 1, a 2-stock from the other player in game number 2. That's one way to get yourself back on the scoreboard, back into the set. And so now I'm incredibly curious both on what stage we're going to be selecting and just how game number 3 is going to go. The rubber band game, and Scrafty takes us back to PS2. I'm really wondering if Geemoney, like, after how bad game number 1 went, why you left this stage still open if you have the right adaptations to make with the extra space afforded to Mythra. And if you can pin her down, if you can do so, Geemoney's in good position to win this game, but that's a big if.
Well, it's a mystery for the moment last, but maybe Geemoney has something cooking here for PS2. We'll see. So far, it's the Scrafty show on this right side platform, rather. Has plenty
it might be
of
the
up
right
airs.
side blast zone, don't worry.
Yeah, it might be. It could be the left side blast zone as Scrafty continues this advantage state. Quick 84, basically unanswered. Geemoney finally has a turn to play, but just as I say that, the Nair hitbox is going to dispatch of this Marth. The blazing end is air dodged, but can we get off the level? Yes, we can.
Off the ledge in style, but still not out of disadvantage up until that back finally connects. And then he puts himself right back on ledge 2. Does manage to get off much quicker this time around until the Prominence Revolt up B out of shield does its job. You know, Scrafty was watching all those dolphin slashes coming through from Geemoney.
Hey, this is kind of a good move.
I got one of my own.
Exactly, and it's definitely found plenty of kills here for Scrafty so far. Down air into up B, more and more damage. And I feel like these platforms just aren't helping out Geemoney at all. Scrafty is such a shark underneath these stage hazards that this stage possesses, and they're trying to get their foot on the ground, but Geemoney just can't. So many up airs, so many nairs. Pyra's out now, the parry, back throw, edge guard situation. Will we see Scrafty find another kill? Geemoney making their way back.
One of the longest spaced dash grabs ever that got clanked out to was dashing into him for like a full second before he pulled the trigger on that, and then ended up losing his life because of the poor positioning that resulted after. But Scrafty still continuing that massive lead. It's just a nair by the top blast zone too.
Yeah.
Not all that much.
Effective parry. There's the grab. Here comes
it just
Scrafty
keeps
once
going.
again. Reverse back air into up B. Optimal stuff here for Scrafty to just get the absolute most out of their combinations, even utilizing the down air as well. I think the only thing we haven't seen from Scrafty so far is the Mythra neutral B. I think we've seen almost every other move utilized in this kit.
Yeah, has at least used the side B to recover. Obviously, he's used down B and up B quite a bit.
It's just the neutral B that's
We
not
just got to
used yet.
see. We just got to see one.
Yep, just one of them. And I think Pyra is the one that would use the neutral B in this situation because it actually can kill at this percent.
And it's against characters with vertical recoveries too. It's not the worst if you can catch them recovering horizontally.
Oh.
Okay, you tried for something there, called out the tech roll properly, but misspaced the follow-up intended.
I mean, that was the time to go for it, right? When you're up 2 stocks, you can kind of go for a little bit of a style option with that footstool. The parry is coming
Parry
through
roll
for
is
Scrafty,
based.
and there's the up tilt as well on that Pyra. Of course, is going to do the stock in. Scrafty taking game number 3 on PS2. Once again, 2 for 2 on this stage. If Geemoney wins game 4, PS2 better be banned. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, and I do got to give a little bit more credit to the way that ending played out for Scrafty. Just very smart, very intentional play. Parried the falling aerial, then rolled away, recognizing that after a parry, his opponent was probably going to panic and jump, because that's where Marth usually likes to be. His aerials are the main part of his kit, most would say, and so positioned himself perfectly for the start up of that semi-circle up tilt to get the KO. Now putting himself on set point. Geemoney takes us to Town and City. Going to be looking for some early kills off the side, likely with that Dolphin Slash some more. But it's another stage with a lot of space to play with, and we've learned from the odd-numbered games, Zap, that Geemoney not been doing too well when Scrafty has room to win.
It seems like Geemoney favors the Animal Crossing stages. First it's Smashville, now it's Town. So far, Scrafty once again sharking these platforms. I feel like that's where Scrafty obtains all the percentage in the early stocks here as he continues to juggle Marth. How do we get down? How do we get down?
We might not be Zap, because he has yet to get on to solid footing, even with the neutral get up. Gets caught by the Mythra down smash. He tries to roll on screen and still gets caught by the grab. He cannot get down. A Pyra up air.
Yeah, this is very, very tough for Geemoney to get out of disadvantage. I feel like that's been the defining factor in this set so far, and 157%. Dash attack's not going to do it just yet. No Chroma Dust going to connect off the stage. Down smash missing. That forward smash tipper was so close to killing.
It almost killed at 20%.
Are we going to make it back?
No, we're not.
Oh my goodness, Geemoney. What a call out with that forward smash.
The longest advantage state we've probably seen all day gets turned around, reversaled. But Scrafty's not going to let that get to him too badly. Comes off the Angel platform and quickly gets the KO.
Okay. This is a good spot to be in it for Geemoney. We have another lease on life. After taking 160%, somehow in some miracle, Geemoney found that first stock. A nice B reverse onto the neutral B to get some damage here, but once again, we see Scrafty just finding these early percent combos on the Mythra. The juggle is beginning to come through once again last. How do we get out of this situation?
And we saw it.
The neutral B almost kills off the side as well. The first one we've seen, and I think a very effective use of that as well from Scrafty.
Oh, and really good use of the blazing end as well as you recover towards the stage with the jump air dodge. Just make sure that Geemoney can't position himself for a back air, but Scrafty going to be able to position themselves for a down air nair. Geemoney barely holding on to the stock, but he's at 150. Anything from Pyra will end it, and it's just the Prominence Revolt once more in the corner.
Yep. Standard stuff here. Prominence Revolt we've seen multiple times take care of these stocks. Geemoney with that side B going to the wayside. Gets the back throw, tries to set up a ledge trap situation, but once again it's the Scrafty show in advantage state, finding these nairs, finding these up airs, and finding these juggle situations for themselves. We're going to see it once again as they find the down throw. Geemoney trying to get something started here, trying to get this stock before it gets away from him, but Scrafty making it real difficult.
Geemoney always could get one of those big, low percentage KOs that Marth has got at his disposal on this stage too to turn this around, but he's got to touch on solid ground to do it. Does so with the landing fair, and then chases all the way into the corner with the back air. We're on final stock. Geemoney has a great chance to take us to a game number 5, especially if he keeps building up damage like this, but the foresight, not enough to get Scrafty out of dodge. The high up B, though, is more than enough as he gets solid footing. An F smash connects. He's deep off stage, but he's able to recover.
Yeah, he gave it with a jump as well right there. Late hit of up air, looking for the down air tech chase on the platform. Geemoney trying to make this stock work. Gets the tipper forward air. It didn't look like it was going to tipper, but somehow it did. Makes the way back to stage. Neutral get up, swatted away. Nice parry, double parry from both players. Both of them fully activated and online. A parry once again, and the Dolphin Slash.
He low profiled it.
Off the right side last. You called it out, the low profile. Good stuff from Geemoney.
Tried to parry up tilt, and instead Marth just gets underneath the blade, gets that up B out, and beautifully brings us to a game number 5. Well played by Geemoney, staying composed in the paint all the way up to the finish and getting a game 5 that I personally was not expecting.
Now,
and if we
now
go
last, what's the important thing that we needed to do?
He banned PS2. We're on Hollow Bastion. We're good.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Thank you,
We're
Geemoney.
good.
We have a
I think there's also DSR, so I don't think he can go back to PS2 because he counterpicked it and won.
Okay, yeah, okay. So we are on Hollow Bastion, and this, if it's any Similarity to Smashville, just a little bit bigger, but maybe the platform setup is more favorable for Geemoney here. I did recognize that Geemoney did get juggled a lot less on that Smashville pick, but we'll see. We'll see what Scrafty can cook up here. Already finding early percent combos. This has been the name of the game so far in the set last. Can Geemoney get their foot on the stage?
So far, no. Another parry, but doesn't get the turnaround before the grab. And so far, yes! We immediately get the shield break. A tipper F smash misses, but inches forward just enough to connect with it the second time. If that ended up not taking the stock or not getting the hit after whiffing the first one, it might have been the sell of the century. But thankfully, Geemoney, he's smart with his investments.
Bro, that whiff was quite scary. I could hear it in your voice last when you missed that first F smash. You were nervous that that was not going to be a kill.
And I think because of the whiffed F smash, if Scrafty was mashing, he would have gotten out and gotten away. But there was no mash involved.
That's why you always mash. Never give up, never surrender. Geemoney still fighting his way through, even after he got first stocked in this set in game number 1. He has somehow brought it back to a game 5 and is in the lead as well.
We've seen how these advantage states from Scrafty can work out when he gets into them. Geemoney trying to find a way back down to the stage. Unsuccessful so far, lands straight into the grab. Air dodges straight into the nair. Up B back to stage and then fights out of the corner with a tipper forward air. Really well spaced. Yeah. Has an opportunity to fight once more, but just keeps getting grabbed.
Scrafty is like slowly beginning to encroach on this percent, but the back air out of shield from Geemoney is going to be the stock sealer there. Still working on the stock is Scrafty. Has swapped the Pyra, connecting the late hit of down air. Looking for it again. Maybe getting a little bit antsy here. I do like that fade back into the grab from Scrafty here, utilizing the grappling prowess of Pyra. Blazing in, going to cover the recovery. 138 here now onto Geemoney.
And at this point, I think it might actually just be a conscious choice from Geemoney to continue to shield and get grabbed in these situations. He's more than willing to take the grab without like a guaranteed kill follow-up than get down air up air or something like that. And so just going to keep flickering the shield in Pyra's face. In Mythra's face, he up Bs, and this is a great chance to finish building that percent back. 39 to 47. Now 47 to 47, and Geemoney has fallen behind. If only just.
But it is like how I talked about last. The juggling is not nearly as effective on this stage for Scrafty. Geemoney has been getting out of dodge a lot more often. You even see him coming down with that up air and reversing his own disadvantage into an advantage state. There's the forward air, though. Pyra now out. Got to be careful at the ledge. Catching that roll with the down tilt. Scrafty was ready for that one. Blazing in.
Really lucky there that he fell out. Didn't get caught by the whole spin cycle.
He's alive for the moment, but just as I say that, the forward air comes through, and the Game 5 situation will go the way of Scrafty on the Pyra and Mythra. It was as close as it could be last. Unfortunately, Geemoney couldn't make the dream happen. Scrafty just a little bit too clutch.
All the way down to the wire, and I saw a huge sigh of relief from Scrafty the moment that final fair connected. Just, we made it through the Game 5. Might have made it into the next phase of bracket, too, depending on where we are in this pool, because that definitely felt like a second